So next we have our top 5. We have our next list, which is top 5 Joe Pesci movies. And so I believe, Dominique, we're going to start with you on this one.
Okay. I love Joe Pesci, disclaimer, and I love all Joe Pesci movies. So this was hard, but number 5, I put it Raging Bull. I remember always hearing about what a classic film it was, but I didn't watch it until I was much older in life. And then I realized how great it was, especially because correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first time him and Robert De Niro did a film together.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Home Alone, because he's hilarious in it. And it was nice to see him out of that kind of gangster role and now into a comedic role.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like when I watched Robert De Niro. Was that movie they did with Billy Crystal, and then all of a sudden he was funny, and then also Meet the Parents. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, anyway. So it was nice to see them kind of make that, jump.
Yeah, the psychiatrist and the
psychiatrist Billy Crystal. It's really great.
Analyze This.
Starts with an A.
Analyze This. Thank you, Paul.
Analyze This. There you go. My Paul number 3, piggybacking off the comedic role, is Lethal Weapon. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 and number 1, this was hard for me because they kind of go hand in hand, and I've seen them a million times over. And I also will put these on in the background and go about my day. But number 2, I put as Casino. And my number 1 film is Goodfellas, because Tommy, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think your number classic 1 and number 2 are absolutely accurate.
Yes, and it was hard to kind of go between the two, but I feel like Goodfellas came first and kind of solidified him in that type of genre, and then Casino was a close second.
Those are like
nice.
Yep,
very good.
All right, Jake, you got?
A lot of the same ones. Although I kind of gave number 5, I had Casino number 5, and the reason why I did that is because it starts to be a role that he plays a lot. So I kind of...
And he does it so well.
He does, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of become his thing. But I kind of gave more priority to roles that he kind of changed it up in. So like number 4, I got My Cousin Vinny.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3...
He was nominated, no?
No, that was
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei, she won.
Yeah. Number 3, I got Raging Bull, which is a fantastic movie, and it just doesn't get enough love, I don't think.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Scorsese movie. Number 2, Home Alone, and number 1, Goodfellas, of course, because that's really when Joe Pesci became
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Pete, what do you got?
Yeah, we're all pretty similar, except for my number 5 is I'm surprised nobody talked about it. His role in JFK was amazing.
That's true. Like, I actually forgot about that. Yeah.
There's no one who could have played that role, because I mean, if you look at the real life guy versus Joe Pesci and what they did to Joe Pesci and how just insane he did, and it wasn't a huge role, but it was significant to the case, that Kevin Costner was working on. So number 5 for me is JFK. Number 4, I went My Cousin Vinny. I had to put that one 4 because of its comedic value. Because I had to put 3, Home Alone, because I mean, I think that Home Alone just elevated him into a different sort of class. Like at that point, he had been all mob all the time, but then he did Home Alone, and it was incredible. And then I went Casino 2 and Goodfellas 1. I don't think you can argue those.
I think you can argue those. Which
you can.
And I will.
I mean, those are his 2 most iconic roles.
So my top 5, we all pretty much have the similar movies. I put number 5 Casino. I think Jake nailed why Casino's number 5. Number 4 Raging Bull. I haven't seen that enough. It might even be higher, but again, I just haven't seen it enough. I've seen it twice, but and I own it, but I need to watch that again to really kind of see his value in it. Number 3, My Cousin Vinny, just because again, it's such a different role, he's more, 2 Utes. Like I just love kind of his flair to it, and he nails it. Number 2, Home Alone, because I've seen it more. But again, like I think he's so great in that him and Daniel Stern's dynamic in that is so excellent. And then number 1, of course, is Goodfellas. I think that's obviously the unanimous pick. And so with that, I'm gonna give Jake the point because we pretty much were in sync on that one. And I love Jake's the way he shot down your casino and how he turned it down. So I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wow.
So with that, we have Pete 5, Dominique 3, Jake 3 in a very, very tight race here. As we now,
I don't ever want to see you again for the rest of my life.